Reddit is in long-term relationships. How has quarantine affected your relationship? We hit rock bottom not long ago. We talked and we are working on things now. It's been tough. We live together and it's almost impossible to have some alone time. This has been one of my main problems. I miss missing my boyfriend. You know, spending every minute together is great. But up to a certain point. That's pretty much where ours is at. We've talked about things on and off but nothing like hey this is a breakup level problem until I guess it just was. We've been living together for a couple years, but no alone time wasn't working well. So we moved our workspaces to different rooms and stopped seeing each other altogether. Intimacy feels strange when you want to be closer but always feel like you need more space. It's brought my wife and I a lot closer. I work 5 hours from home, 10-hour days, plus 6 to 8 hours overtime twice a week, 4 days a week. So I usually leave on Monday night and get home Friday night. I've been home every night since November 18th. So getting to put my 1-year-old daughter to bed every night, get up with her every morning, and spending all day with her and my pregnant wife, which allows my wife a nap every single day, has made this the best month of my life. Even with me doing almost all of the household chores. According to my wife, it's made the last month as close to heaven as a pregnant woman can get. Me and my girlfriend were living together for a year before lockdown, so we ended up being with each other during lockdown. It has been brilliant. We've just grown closer together and now believe we can get through anything. Next test is the apocalypse I guess lol. Close street my wife and I have ever been. We've been married for 2 years and together for 6 total. We've always got along great, which sounds stupid but some married couples enjoy having it out from time to time lol. We watched a lot of Clone Wars, went for walks, cooked together, slept in together, and enjoyed silence together. It was nice. Now we are both working again, and it's a hustle to get everything done, so we can chill. The speed of life can really slow down a relationship. It was much better when we could just be filthy casuals. I love her more than ever. It was a snapshot of retirement almost. I think I chose the right gal. We got COVID actually, so we just got out of like a month-long quarantine about a month ago. It brought us very close. We were a little concerned, cause we had a pretty big fight the very first night, but we got through it pretty quickly, and I've never felt more like a team with her. Hasn't changed all that much. Husband and I are homebodies by nature. We are simple people, though we did have plans to travel within the state this year. The only other thing that sucks for us is the obvious pandemic and how we can't go to the movie theaters or restaurants. Our date nights are trips to get food. Not great. I like time alone. I rarely got any time to myself to begin with, since my wife is a homebody. Now I get absolutely none. I started commuting back into the office, just to get out of the house. I work in an office big enough for 30 people, that only has 2 or 3 people in it. Everyone else is working from home. Just celebrated 40 years married yesterday. More together is more better. But we do worry about our aging parents and our children. Stay safe out there Audit. I was beginning my career as she was finishing up college. We lived in different states. She visited me during her spring break in mid-March. Learned the rest of her semester would be online. And she's been here ever since. It's been nice. We didn't see each other for a few months, which led to us appreciating each other more. Then when restrictions lifted, I moved in with him. We certainly learned a lot more about each other. One of those being that we both need time away from each other sometimes. Being stuck in quarantine together was tough and led to arguments. We loved together, and it happened like 5 months after we moved in together after 2 years of dating. It's been a bonding experience. Honestly, our relationship is stronger than ever. We adopted a cat to help us with our emotional funk and pessimism. We started visiting each other on a longer basis to reduce travel time and infection risks. And the time we spent with each other, oh boy, it just made me realize that the whole thing wasn't what I wanted at this point in my life, and I quit it. Was a good decision and I've made good development since then. I feel super guilty saying this, but quarantine was the best thing ever. We love being around each other. We can't get enough of each other. Hanging out just the two of us and our cats is both of our favorite things in the world. So much so, in fact, that when he lost his job a few months ago, I helped him get a job at the company I work for. He absolutely adores his new job and it's a perfect fit for him. Now, even when we do go into the office, we get to go together. So awesome. We've been together 6 years, met on a dating site actually, and can't wait to get married in May. My favorite person. The 24th of July 365. All I've ever wanted. He is an essential worker, so we aren't really cooped up together. He has all these emotions that mostly come from fear of contracting this virus and bringing it home to the rest of us. He keeps it mostly bottled up and then it escapes when I do any little thing that he either takes the wrong way or annoys him. He knows that's what he is doing and he is working on it, but he still does it sometimes. I'm an introvert and I really miss having alone time. I live with my girlfriend and we are both stuck inside all the time with nothing to do. Sometimes I just stay at work once everyone has left and just stare at the wall to have a few moments of peace and solitude. Basically the moment I heard that lockdowns were coming, I pretty much moved in with him, even though we'd only been together a few months. I was scared that they would trap us like they did in Italy and I wouldn't see any other person for weeks or months. They didn't, but I've loved living with him. We get along great still and feel like we can get through anything together. It fast-tracked our relationship and we got married despite having no plans to marry. I already worked from home and now he does as well. We only have 2 bedrooms, so we share one as an office. As a result, we've spent literally 24 hours a day together since March, except for an hour here and there when either of us want a little alone time, and we'll ask the other to take the dog for a walk, and it's allowed us to see just how strong we are as a couple. Circumstances came up that required us to be married, and after spending so much time together this year, we knew there was no question that we should just do it now. It's been really great. I work a sales job that has me traveling around my state for the past 4 years. Lockdown has given us time together we didn't know we even needed. We've been married 10 years. Together for 14. Met while I was in the army and I did 2 deployments, so we developed great communication and openness. But after the past few months it's like we rekindled something we didn't realize was missing. Our relationship was never in trouble, but this time has shown us how lucky we are to have each other. It also reminded me why she is my best friend. I love her to bits. It's a lot. My husband and I both worked from home pre-quarantine, but this is still a new level of being together literally all the time. One of the advantages of living with someone, even non-romantically, is that sometimes you'll be in a low mood and the other person won't be, and they'll help you out, and vice versa. Sometimes the other person's down, and you can help them out. For a lot of quarantine, every single input into our lives is the same. So it's like we were completely in sync with the highs and the lows, which feels alternatingly manic or super depressed. For 2 homebodies who basically moved in together a week into dating and never stopped. It's been a new thing to learn to ask for space. All let overall house standards slide because it's a super low energy week. All in all, a learning experience. It's been good. The wife and I spent a lot of time building an extension. Now we have a good working routine. On any new job we spend about 2 hours shouting at each other until we get into the swing of how we need to communicate about what we are doing. Also she can push a wheelbarrow of concrete like no other woman I've met. Totally punching above my weight. Metaphorically my wife is smoking hot. Married for 15 years. Honestly not all that much changed. My husband has a very hands-on type of job, so it's business as usual for him and he goes to the office each day while I WFH. So, we see each other about the same amount of time as we did prior to all this. We are now engaged. Also as we're both introverts we have developed what we call introvert time, which tells the other we need time alone, and we make sure to spend time watching things properly together. Overall it's brought us so much closer. We've been together for 20 years. Been through a lot in that time and this year is just another year. There's ups, there's downs, but when you have a bond like we do, well let's just say, it'll take more than 2020 to break us apart. Me and my BF have been living together and working at the same place for almost 5 years, different departments, and considered essential, so never really had to go on lockdown. Although we do enjoy getting out, it hasn't exactly affected us in our relationship other than our worry for our son and his brother who is high risk and loves with us. We definitely appreciate each other more and always try to give each other alone or me time when possible. We are both introverts and enjoy each other's company more than anyone else. I know I'm one of the lucky few to say that, and am proud to have my person/better half. We go out to dinner a lot less, but that's about it. After 13 years, we've kind of settled into a comfortable groove. My honey and I have been together for 11 years. We both work long hours and never have enough time with each other. Since has been working from home since June. It's been awesome. Closer than ever. The beginning was really rough because he had gone to visit his family for a week and ended up getting stuck there for 4 months due to COVID. In the end it definitely brought us closer together, but it wasn't easy as I'm used to spending every day together and not knowing when he'd come back also wasn't fun. Me and my girlfriend had been dating for about 6 months before lockdown and had spent a lot of days together. So moving in together for lockdown was actually amazing. Made us closer and confirmed that we could easily live together in future. I think it really accelerated our relationship and made us sure that we were the right people for each other. We have just gone to both our parents' houses for Christmas and it is so hard to be apart now and can't wait to be reunited. Not really that much. We didn't go out that often. Maybe twice a week, so it wasn't the worst to scale that back to 0. We grew a lot. We managed the stress and the awful time this year was, and I love her dearly. I'm pretty sure she feels the same way. Well, our July wedding was cancelled. That was a bummer. We both worked through the pandemic, so not a lot of routine changes. We tried to stay busy, built a garden and chicken coop, got chickens. Finally had a small wedding in October. It's been a series of challenges to overcome, and we have supported each other through it, so I'd say it probably brought us closer together. We're in the UK though and really getting sick of the never-ending lockdown. We're a lot closer, if at all possible, and very content. 4 months of being alone together reinforced our relationship, that we are each other's best friend and partner. We did have alone time. He gets the bedroom to play D&D online and I have the living room to read or binge watch Netflix. Unfortunately, I found a new job that took up more of my time than previous and has still furloughed. So it has taken its toll on him mentally, and he says he lives for when I come home for a cuddle on the couch. It's definitely brought us closer. We lived separately, but I spent most of my time at his house. When COVID hit, it made more sense for me to quarantine with him at his house versus at my house with my 2 roommates. It has helped us work out some kinks before I officially move into his house. I do miss having large gaps of time alone where I didn't have to talk to anyone. Like going a day or 2 without hearing my own voice, and that was nice. But he is my long-term partner, so eventually we are gonna have to live together. I got put on work from home ASAP and having 2 serious health issues. Even leaving the house was super scary for a while. My partner does septic pumping / well drilling / installing septic systems, so he ended up busier than ever. Yet, he was still often the only person I has any actual contact with. Boy, did I choose well. Quarantine just made me double down on how much I love him. I do feel bad, because I have noticed by his behavior how much his worry about me / my health has increased. I've been married 23 years. Fortunately, we both stayed employed through lockdown. Our relationship is better, thought it was fine before. I do miss date nights though. Me and my boyfriend lived separately until the pandemic hit. Now we've been working from home all year and practically living together. We rotate between my place and his. I've come to love him even more, and we've decided that we definitely want to get a place together very soon. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.